I loved it.
I loved it too. I hadn't seen. We had seen it about a year ago
with no music,
and the lighting hadn't been adjusted. So last night was really the first time that either of us had seen it completed. So, but I thought it ran together really nicely, and I just thought everyone, the performances were really strong in it, and I think that sort of carried the whole movie right through and carried the audience right through. I grew up in Woodstock, Ontario, which is a very small town, so yeah, we were both talking about how this story that drew us both to it a little bit was sort of doing something that people may not have necessarily thought was a great idea, and even doing what we do, so I found a lot of parallels with my own life from this story to do something that may not be seen as the most like smart choice. So.
Well, and it was interesting for me as well because there is, I think, a struggle for everyone to figure out what it is you really want in life, even if you're sort of breaking the mold. And it was very much so for Kevin's character, but you know, for me as well, Kathy is a girl who seemingly has everything but wants something more, feels like something's missing, has this sort of conflict within herself, and I understand that very much. I think we've all been there when you wonder why it is you're craving something more, even though everything seems pretty good, and it was wonderful to play that, and you know, to have the experience of putting it into the bigger message of the movie, because it's nice to see that two people, you know, our characters who seem so opposite, really had that commonality, and it reminds people that I think we're all much more the same than we think. But she also, for me, it was exciting to play a woman who finally found someone she could be vulnerable with, because when everyone thinks your life is perfect, you sort of don't feel like you have the right to want more or to be unsatisfied with something. And you know, I think to see someone else who had this inner vulnerability that he was willing to show her made her willing to show him, and I liked the complexity of that.